Hello, my name's Wei Huang. This is a short tutorial on how to use Google Street View for web browser. I'm using Chrome at the moment, but it's fairly similar using the other browsers. So the date today is December 2021. This is Google Maps. You would tend to navigate Google Maps by clicking and panning or zooming in and out, like so. And the most common way that people use Street View or want to see Street View is they're told to pick up the pegman in the bottom corner here and drop him in a area that they want to see. So for example, if I want to see this road, I would go here. I would see all the blue lines where Street View has been taken, and then I would drop the man here, like so, and a Street View picture should come up. My computer's a bit slow. Try that again. Okay, so then this is Street View, and then you would navigate around the picture, the 360 picture. However, this is not the method that I would recommend for using Street View. The reason really is because of the inaccuracy of this technique. If you pick up the pegman, you can clearly see that he's being dropped somewhere here. You're not entirely sure. There's a little dot, but you're not really entirely sure. And your mouse is actually on another street. The little dot is somewhere else. This becomes a bit more problematic when you zoom out much further. Here, for example, if you're dropping the pegman here, which street are you dropping him in? You don't know. The pegman's actually even nowhere near the street that you're apparently going to drop him in. So it's not a very accurate method of using Street View. Thus, I suggest the method that you use is simply, instead of picking up the pegman, what you do is you click on the pegman, like so. This has several advantages. Firstly, you get this little legend here down at the bottom, which describes the different types of Street View photography that will be available to you when you do this technique. These solid blue lines here are the Street View photographs that are taken by Google, and sometimes they're contractors. And these are stitched together so that you have a continuous path. These can also be some of the older types of Street View photographs taken by contributors who are not Google employees or contractors, who then have their photos stitched together as a path. These other ones, these little small dots, are ones taken by contributors. They're single photographs taken by contributors. And then there's this new type, which is called a photo path. And you'll see an example of it here, there for example, and these are newer types of photographs that are taken by smartphones and stitched together into a path. So they're not 360 photos, they're just smartphone photos that are stitched together. You can see with this technique, as I'm showing you, you can zoom in and out of maps just like you would navigate maps normally. And you can see the Street View that's available. You don't actually need to click on any area, but you've got much finer control of the map, at the same time seeing the different Street View photography that's available to you. And also by doing this, you're able to zoom in on certain areas, so much finer control. And you're able then to see here, for example, Street View photographs that are taken. And you also get this little preview above the spot where your cursor is. So it's showing you very clearly that that photograph pertains to where the cursor is, and then you get a little preview of it. But also you get this added bonus in that where there's no, well, apparently there's no photographs, a preview does appear, and you're actually able still to click on this and see that there is a Street View photograph there, but it's just not showing up. So if you were using the technique of picking up Pegman, you would never drop Pegman here because you'd assume that there's no photograph here. So as I say, this technique of clicking on Pegman has a number of advantages. Firstly, you're able to see this legend, which gives you an idea of what type of Street View photography is available. You've got much better control of the map and of where you're wanting to select Street View photographs. And you're able to see this preview of areas where there apparently is no Street View photography, but there actually is, but it's just not showing up on maps. So in summary then, instead of picking up Pegman, I would recommend just clicking on Pegman. You'll get a much better experience of Street View. Lastly, one additional thing before I go is that if you use this technique, if you zoom out of the map, you can then see from a large area level where Street View hasn't been done. And you can see here large portions haven't been done in these parks, but also in countries like Germany where there's a federal law against Street View. You can see that certain cities have their own regulations. Other countries such as Belarus have no Street View at all. Many of these countries don't have Street View, or they don't have many roads. China has no Street View. If you zoom out to a global level, you're able to see that about 50% of the world's roads, really, or land mass, has no Street View at all. So this is another powerful reason for using this technique of clicking on Pegman. You get much finer control and you get an overall perspective. Thank you very much.